and welcome yet again to another edition of Phil Taylor Jones Show. You know, last night I made a video after this president came up with his immigration reform package, and well, I decided after the dust settled a little bit, we'd get back into it. But really, has the dust settled? No. I think it's going to get a lot dustier, folks, because there are a lot of aspects to this thing that not even I had thought of. You know, usually when I think about somebody being so adamant about something, it kind of makes me wonder why. Why are you so, just so when it comes to this subject? Why are you so, with the nails out, claws swooping and biting when it comes to this subject? Okay, well, I was thinking a little bit later on last night, I said, hey, this guy's name may have a lot to do with this. I don't usually like to say this guy's name. Probably feel like I'm going to have to get about 6 gallons of Listerine in order to, make my mouth feel regular again. But I'm going to say it, Obama. When you think of that, you don't think of, Alabama. Maybe your thoughts go more to Africa. His father's name was Obama too. So maybe back in the day, they weren't so cool with Africans coming over here and what have you. Maybe, Mr. Obama Sr. had a hard time getting into the good old US of A. So little Barack growing up, kind of took note of this and said, well, one day when I get big, I'm going to pay them back for what they did to my pa. And maybe that's why he's so gung-ho about this immigration thing, wanting to destroy the country from within. Yeah, because I can't think of a logical, sensible, intelligent, rational, or whatever word you wish to use, idea why any one person, knowing that the country feels the way it does about this situation, and it is a heated situation, I will say that. And I'll tell you why I say that a little later on in the video, but I just can't fathom an idea why someone would want to shield these 5 million or so people who don't belong here from, being deported or other kinds of, shall we say, reprimand, when you got so many of your own native sons out in the streets. Let me just tell you something. I was out with my brother today, and we were taking care of some stuff. And we were driving around, not in, slum city or what do they call that, Skid Row. We were in, middle class suburbia, you might say. Well, not really in the suburbs. We were in the city, but middle class. And, okay, we're going down a main thoroughfare, and there's all these homeless people out in tents, eating crackers or potato chips or whatever. Then we turned down another block because I had overshot the place where he had to go. There was another tent city, just baskets and cardboard boxes and tarps, full of people. Then as we passed that place, we turned down another main thoroughfare, and there was yet another one. So there were like 5 major tent cities, not 3 blocks from each other, in what he keeps chomping on, the middle class. And yet, he just goes against all odds, against the Constitution, against everything, to shield these 5 million or so from being deported when they shouldn't even be here in the first place. He's he's probably finished with it now, but he had gone over to Las Vegas to make a speech and meet up with this girl, dream actor, who went to college, and she lied and did everything she had to do to get in there and go to college. And then her grandmother died or something, and she risked being found out that she couldn't go to the funeral because if she did, she'd have to produce papers she didn't have. And then she lied some more, and then she went back, and now she's in her 3rd year of college. And he's going over there to embrace her and pat her on the back and all of that crap. I just can't wrap my head around why a president, this is like the ultimate of what America is supposed to be, to uphold the laws, not break them, would put his neck out there in such a way? It just defies logic. The guy is off his rocker, obviously. Then there are those that will sit there, certainly they did last evening when they commented on my video, about if you don't agree with what he's doing, or if you say something against an illegal immigrant or something, that you are racist. Well, let me just blow that turd out of the toilet right now. If I, as a black man, go anywhere in this country and steal something, so to speak, let's say something nice and juicy like a car, okay? I go and steal a brand new 2015 Corvette, and I'm tooling down the street, and all of a sudden here's the helicopters, the roadblocks, the spike strips, the what have you, the guns pointing up my nose and everything, and they snatch me out of the car, throw me on the ground, put the knee in my back, slap the cleats on me, and off I go to the station. The first thing out of my mouth, they arrested me because I was black. No. They arrested me because I broke the law. I stole a car. I think the terminology is Grand Theft Auto. People don't seem to want to understand the fact that if you come crawling across somebody else's border and you don't belong in their country, I don't care if you came from Mars, you're illegal. You have broken the law. You are a lawbreaker. That's why they're after your ass. Not because you're a certain ethnicity. It's because you did something illegal. That's why borders are there, to keep people in their own damn countries. To go to another person's country, you can visit by getting a visa. They even have work visas. And then you can keep, renewing that, and you can stay in legally, like some of the foreigners that are over here. They're renewing their work visas. They're doing everything they have to do to the letter of the law so that they can stay over here and work over here, make a better life for themselves. At the same time, they're taking citizenship classes. They're working towards being a legal citizen. That's a good thing, okay? And what a slap in the face to even those people that this bastard is doing. You know, he's shielding these over here and giving them work visas, and you can stay over here 3 months, but you got to pass a background check. Well, hell, if they were that illegal and that sneaky to get over in the first place, of course they can pass a background check. They can do anything they want to do because they are some of the most opportunistic bastards you'll ever want to see. That's how they get over here. Opportunity presents itself, and right in the door they come. And then he made a statement last night in his speech. Well, they go and get them and try to find them and seek them out. We don't have those kind of resources. It would cost too much money. Hell, you say, you bastard. Have you ever heard of the IRS, Internal Revenue Service? Folks that collect your tax and all that kind of thing. Okay, if you owe them $10 and you've been owing them for about, say, 2-3 years, and you have moved 25 times within that time, do you know those folks will slow walk you down and come knocking on your door or send you a letter or show up on your job or whatever and say, you owe us $10, give us our $10 sucker. But with all of this technology and all of this intel and all of this crap that we have, you mean to tell me you can't find some opportunistic foreign bastards that have, fit themselves in and you can't send them back home? Yeah, fat meat ain't greasy. He doesn't want to do it. I don't know what is in this bastard's mind, but it's not good. I wonder what his agenda really is. And maybe that's the way all of us should be thinking. What is this bastard up to? Because it makes no sense. Noted economist Elliot Janeway, way back in the day when this immigration crap had, reared its ugly head, they asked him, is this going to be good for the country? Like this bastard is always saying it's going to be good for the country. He said, no way, Elliot Janeway, no way. Because let me give you this analogy, and I've used it many times in my videos. Say I invite 15 people to my home that have no visible means of support, none whatsoever, got not a penny in their pocket. All they got is the clothes on their backs. Well, somebody's going to have to support them. They can't support themselves. So that means I'm going to have to feed them. I'm going to have to clothe them. I'm going to have to give them medical assistance if they get sick. I'm going to have to provide transportation for them. And, I'm going to have to do all this stuff that's coming out of my pocket, which is going to put a strain on me. Well, if that is just one household, you can think as to how much that's going to be for a whole country. Suppose they do get a job. Let's just say the bad, you got the bad illegals, and then you got the good bad illegals. They're all bad lawbreakers because they've broken the law to get into this damn country. But let's just skirt that over. They're good now. They did a bad thing, but that was a small bad. So now they've got jobs. Do they have good jobs? Are they paying taxes? Are they towing the line? Hell no, because they're illegal. So that's not helping the country. The vast majority of them that do get jobs over here, we never see that go back into the general fund because they're sending it back to wherever the hell it was they came from. Through the post offices, through liquor stores, through Western Union. We're not seeing that money go back into the system. It's going over to wherever it was they came from. So that's not helping the United States. Now let's take a look at the bad ones, the baddie baddies. Okay, they're committing crimes, doing drugs and selling drugs and raping people and killing people, shooting people, cutting them, stabbing them, choking them to death, running them over with their cars, hitting runs. Okay, is that helping America? Hell no. It's a bad thing. So, Mr. Obama, how in the hell can you sit there and generalize it's just going to help somebody? And as far as your dream actors, they're going to be over here and they're going to college and we're going to send them back with all of our good training. Hey, there's a way you can get around that. Don't let them come over to college. Let them stay their asses over there in whatever country they come from and then help their country. We've got best and brightest people right here that are graduating college. And what do when they graduate? They're sitting on the sidelines having to worry about these high student loans that they run up trying to get to college. And then if they are fortunate enough to get a job, they're getting one at McDonald's or Burger King or somewhere. And then the vast majority doesn't want them to even have $15 an hour. So where do you get off coming up with that kind of analogy, you dumb bastard? I mean, I just don't get this guy. And as for the Republicans, they haven't been in there a month. Supposedly, in their power. Well, they claim that they're going to shut this bastard down. Good on you. I hope you do it. I hope you set this bastard on his ass so hard that they'll hear him fart in London. Because he is nothing for this country. He has done nothing but drive it further in the hole. Oh, and then he had the audacity, after he's criticized George Bush up the yin-yang, he had that audacity to say, oh, well, President Bush said that when we have our immigrants in place or some such nonsense, it makes it good for our country. How dare he? What a bastard. I'm telling you, Republicans don't sit up there, what's the saying? Don't talk about it, be about it. I hope you nail this bastard to the cross and then take that cross and pitch it over in the river somewhere, because he is one sick-ass bastard that should have never gotten in the White House. And I do believe that he has a hidden agenda for what he's doing. I do believe that with all my heart. And there was something I read in the internet today about somebody was comparing the two of them, Vladimir Putin and him, this Obama character. And some people were saying, that Putin is the worst thing that ever happened and yada yada. And then some people were saying that this Obama character is the worst thing that ever happened. I'm not a Putin supporter. Look, good bloody Lord, no. But I will say this about the guy. The people around the world know that Vladimir Putin is the president of Russia. Because, bro, don't take no stuff. Okay? He is the president. But this sorry-ass excuse of a president we have, nobody fears him. He's like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Punch him in the little button. and punch him in the stomach some more. Nobody fears him. Who in the hell is he to fear? So John Boehner and all the rest of you guys, I hope you got your stuff together and knock this bastard out the box, because he has put it up in your face that you're still not gonna be able to do anything. I think they Boehner put in a lawsuit against him today for that stupid Obamacare. I hope they nail his ass to the cross and get rid of him, impeach him, and just throw his ass out of the White House, because he doesn't belong there. He never did. He's an ass. And he is no good for America. No good. I just had to get that out there. I don't know where we're going, folks. I really don't, because, ever since he's been in there, and I'm not just saying him, but his predecessors, it seemed like we've just been sliding. We certainly have been sliding financially, because the national debt now is well over 17 trillion, on its way to 18 trillion, and it will probably be closer to 20 when this bastard gets out of there. So we've been on a slide, ever since, like, maybe 3, 4, 5 presidents back. And it's all having to do with these stupid ass political games they play. And not only in American politics, all politics. It's just crazy. Why do you think all these people are wanting to come over here? Because their governments have screwed up so bad that they want to leave. But they should know better than just crawling over somebody's border or flying in on an airplane or floating in on a ship. I'm here. Because you're not making the person's country that you're infiltrating any better. You're making it worse. It's going to look like yours. So, as I alluded to in my other video, this Obama character, why are you not just changing the name of the country? Why are you letting the old stars and stripes keep flying? Why are we still singing, oh, say, can you see? Why don't you change all that? Make a big flag with an F on it for foreigners. That's who you love. That's who you support. That's who you want to do the best you can for. You're always talking about making things better for the middle class. Well, what about those poor people out there on the street? Now, just think about this, folks. You've got 20, 30 million out there on the streets. A lot of them our own native sons and daughters who have fought in wars to protect us. American citizens. Without a doubt, without a question, American citizens. 3, 4, 5 generations over. Out in the streets, in the cold, in the snow. And I understand it's snowing hella bad back east right now. They're out in the streets, but yet this bastard, this sick piece of shit, wants to shield 5 million that shouldn't even be over here in the first damn place, while those native sons, your daughters, your mothers, your fathers, are lying out there in the cold. And then you want to come and tell me that I'm wrong for thinking that? That's why I do this show. To give the people who maybe are not as boisterous as I am, who are not as vocal as I am, but feel the same way, their voice. Because I get so sick and damn tired of the slanted news media feeding everybody a line of shit. Feeding everybody what he wants them to know. The country's doing so much better. Then why is everybody out in the street? Or the vast majority of people out in the street? Why are we all scuffling? Yeah, the gas prices have come down a little, but hell, I ain't gonna shout that loud until they come down to $1 and something. I'm not gonna shout that loud until the average rent in this stupid man's city is not $1,780 a month, but $700 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. I'm not gonna shout until you can buy your first home and not have to end up in the damn nut house trying to figure out how to pay for it. It's not about the boys on Wall Street. It's about the families on Main Street. And this bastard doesn't care. He couldn't give a tinker's damn whether you live or die. He sits up there and he presents himself as this archangel of wonderfulness, but he is the Antichrist. I believe that. I heard people say it, but yeah, I believe it now. He's a bastard. I tell you, I don't know where we're going. But we're getting there hella fast. And this immigration shit, it doesn't need to be reformed. It needs to be stopped. Yeah, okay, I'll give it to him to try to find all these people and round them up and get them the hell out of here. That may take a major feat. But you certainly don't have to allow any more of them in here. Shut that goddamn door. There's more than enough people here. It's indicative of any major city you go to. Can you move around in your city with the same ease today? Can you move around in your city with the same ease that you moved around 20 years ago? 10 years ago? Hell, I'll even make it easier for you. 5 years ago. Or do you have to navigate? Does it take you the same time to get home today that it took you to get home 5 years ago from work or for wherever it is you had to be? If you can answer no to that question, you know what the hell I'm talking about. Does the same amount of food that you bought 10 years ago last your family? Okay, let me just set this up. The same amount of food that you bought for your family 5 years ago that would last a month, does it last a month today with the same amount of money? If you can answer yes to that, then yeah, maybe your economy has gotten better, but the vast majority answered no, and that means it hasn't. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not letting this bastard feed me this line of bullshit. I'm not. I wouldn't believe that bastard if he told me that Christmas Day came on the 25th of December. Although it does, I would check my calendar 15 times because he said it. He's a bastard. Okay, one last thing I want to touch on. There's so many of you out there that have been very, very kind to the Phil Taylor Jones Show, and we appreciate that. Do I expect everybody that watches or hears about what I'm doing to agree with me? No, that would be unrealistic. The only thing I ask is, if you're going to disagree, then do it intelligently. To belittle a person, to try to make the person feel less than nothing is not a good thing. And I'm going to tell you, those of you who have tried, you have failed. I'm very comfortable with who I am. And there's nothing you could ever say to me or do to me that would make me feel less about myself than I do. Because I know it's sick people like you who are the sick ones, and that's between you and your psychiatrist. But don't bring it to my show. Don't bring it to anybody's show. Don't bring it to their blog. Don't bring it to their video chat. You figure yourself out for yourself. This is not the second grade. It certainly isn't Barney's Playhouse. People who comment intelligently will get their comments seen by other viewers. People who don't, won't. I've seen in social media how people act on this media, on Facebook, on Twitter. Somebody will post a comment, and just because somebody doesn't agree with it, they'll post a comment, and then there's the argument. You go down the line, you just keep scrolling and scrolling. I have scrolled and seen at least 300 to 400 comments where they're going back and forth, arguing back and forth, yada, yada, yada. You did this, no, you did this, you're crazy, you're crazy. I'm not going to go through that crap. I am not here to do that. And if that's what you want to do, hey, I can't stop you, but I'm not going to engage you either. Sweet Brown said it so eloquently. Ain't nobody got time for that. I know I don't. So don't bring that shit to my show. If you don't agree with me and you want to make an intelligent statement about it, then fine. But to attack me personally or, you're racist and whatever. No, I'm not a racist. I'm a realist. And if somebody is breaking the law, they're breaking the law. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm here to bring you a truthful alternative to the crap you see on TV. And as again, the folks who have supported me, I thank you and I appreciate you so much. We need each other. And I am here for you. I will be here for you. I'm not paid to do this show. Just like a lot of YouTube folks aren't paid. So, I mean, it doesn't matter to me whether you like me or not. I would like for you to like me. Hell, everybody likes to be liked. But, I tell the truth. I'm not here to spread propaganda. I'm not here to spread lies. I look at a situation and, yeah, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I will not tell you a lie. Before I tell you a lie, I won't tell you anything. You won't see any videos from me. I just try to give you a common sense edge into what to look at. Hey, I didn't think about that. That's point to ponder. That's what the Phil Taylor Jones Show is about. It's not about Romper Room or Barney's Playhouse or playground arguments with second graders. That's not me. Just wanted to put that out there. The holidays are coming up. If I don't produce another video for you before Thanksgiving, I would like to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I think we will produce a Thanksgiving video. But anyway, have a good one. And don't eat too much turkey, because remember, neither you or the turkey can make it on one wing. See you next time on the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Take care. Bye-bye.